Hi Cancer, here is a general look at your solar chart for May 2014. I just want to mention a couple of the slower moving outer planets because you as a cardinal sign had been very much in the thick of it over April with the Grand Cross or the two working triangles in the skies, and really they're just it's slowly separating over the beginning of May. But then we will have Uranus-Pluto still stuck together for the rest of the month, and that's very much influencing the cardinal signs, and also Jupiter is opposing Pluto for particularly the first half of the month. So just on that subject there, Pluto is in your opposite sign, has been for a few years, will be for many years more. And if you are particularly within the degrees of where Pluto is at the moment, which will be affecting you Cancerians most from 4 to 6 degrees rising of Cancer rising, or the 12th, it is the 12th to the, no sorry, it's 12 to 14 degrees rising, sorry, 12 to 14 degrees rising, or the 4th to the 6th of July. So if your birthday is the 4th to the 6th, but I say that it's mostly influencing, but of course it's going to be influencing the whole of the sign. Although if you're in very early Cancer, you'll have been there, done it, and got the t-shirt by now. Pluto, well, Pluto can make us go very deep wherever he goes, to search for the truth, to kind of get through all of the muddle there. And this thing about Pluto is it tends to bring up deep issues from within ourselves to do with patterns, emotional patterns and so on, and some projection can go on there as well. And we're looking at the other person not really as they are, but really through our own projection of them. In fact, it could be that nobody ever sees anybody else as they really are. But that's a whole other debate, isn't it? But Plutonic things can very much be in your life through those in close relationship, and due to the fact that Pluto's in your opposite sign Capricorn. And over May, it may be a time when you are questioning yourself more deeply than usual about a certain relationship, or about what you believe about a person, or you are just weighing in the balance. And really this is a time for you to ask yourself, well, you know, what do I have to let go of here? Because Jupiter wants to expand your life, but Pluto says the ticket for this is to let something go. Jupiter wants to bring abundance into your life, to help you broaden your horizons into, you know, just new dimensions. But Pluto says you have to do this through an intense interaction, maybe, and understanding that you've got to prioritize. Maybe the intense interaction isn't bad, but you've got to prioritize and get clear on what exactly you're after there, and also get clear on who is the person asking for this, i.e. yourself. So you've got to get clearer on who you are at this stage in your life, and what version of yourself you now want to be playing out in your life. And even if you're not sure about that, which might be pretty difficult to be sure about that, you have to just go towards the direction of that string that's just pulling you. And that's the best way I can put it, I suppose. But don't get don't get too compulsive in your thinking about somebody or a relationship. Then you get blinkered. Then you're not seeing. So you need to get some space. You need to get some air, and that's what Jupiter loves, is to bring you more and more and more of that. So really, What do you need to let go of? What idea, what standpoint, what contract, what agreement, what obligation, what fond memory, what projection onto them do you have to let go of to get to the truth? And when you get to the truth, you get to the power. Right, okay, so, and that was running over April as well, even before April, I think, but it's in and out. That one's been, can't remember the date of it at the moment, but anyway, it's others will be speaking about this if you follow these things. Other news is that until the 21st, the solar energy is in a very friendly, sociable area of your solar chart, and it's a good time for contacts, new and old, friendships. You could be, and it's very future orientated, it's very sort of upbeat, progressive vibe here. Get the ball rolling on something. Your mind is very much onto that, you know, in discussions, maybe speculating a little bit about things, wondering, you know, about this or that or the other. And you are being very sort of feeling freer to experiment and being interested in unusual takes on things, and maybe also interested in what can I do in order to serve the interests of the community, of the group, of the organization, the team, the family, the friend. Okay, and also what they can, you know, what information they can be bringing you as well, or what information and help you can be bringing them to guide them, or whatever. But then Mercury moves from the 8th and then goes into a much quieter, more introspective area there. It's more emotional, so the emotions can get in the way of clear thinking. And also you can get preoccupied. You pick up more around you. Your auric field can be more permeable, so you're more easily influenced. So just watch that. It's not a bad thing, this transit, but you can just feel yourself kind of zoning out sometimes, maybe not getting clarity on something. You wanted the decision, you wanted the answer, you wanted to know, and you're not getting it clear. It's not clear. But if you can, then just go with the flow of it not being clear, because it will be oh so clear when it comes into your sign on the 29th. Start to become clear anyway from there, and just go with the flow of that into things which are where you can use your sensitivity, your imagination, your ability to nurture, your ability to nurture yourself as well, or to put yourself in an environment which you find nurturing, where you can be spiritual, where you can tap into guidance, and all of that, and just move beyond really the material considerations that will soon be coming at you thick and fast from, as I say, when Mercury comes into your sign from the very end of, well, the 29th. And then at the very beginning, also Venus is in a very supportive connection to those at a distance, you know. Maybe you're Skyping a lot, you're connecting with them, they want your knowledge or expertise, or you're connecting with somebody whose knowledge or expertise you want. It might not be somebody at a distance, you know, all the time. It can be that, but it can also be an expert in something, you know, who has the who has the skill that you need, really. And you can help balance your perspective, and then, you know, you gather the information you need, but also others may be there to gather information from you, want to, you know, you give them the benefit of your know-how. From the 21st, it's the very a more inward phase, when you then want to tuck yourself away a little bit more. Venus is helping to create favorable circumstances with authority figures, but the Sun goes into an area which is just, it's more crab-like, really. You can be more of the hermit then, and you can get on with things very much for others in the background, either directly or indirectly by pulling the strings from the background, just keeping a weather eye on things, but also again being there as the supporter, the nurturer, and you should also go in for nurturing, supportive activities for yourself whenever you can, because probably you will be needed more by others. So you have got to look after yourself, because if you're running on empty, you're not going to be able to deliver very well to those that you want to look after, or that you should be looking after. You just need to look after yourself more there. It's a great transit of the sun. It's only a month, but it's a good place for using your imagination as well, and anything to do with intuitive activity and healing activity. But Venus is in an area which is actually very different, and you could feel quite close to somebody who is in a position of power to help you, or to help somebody that you want helped. And it could be, an official, it could be a boss, it could be a teacher, I don't know, but it will help facilitate an ambition, a goal that you've got. And you could turn that around and say that you are the one that can facilitate the goal, the ambition that somebody else has, and you're there to enable them and to facilitate them. Now, yes, as I said, Mercury comes into your sign on the 29th. Saturn's in a very positive angle to your sun sign. This is a very long-running transit there until the end of the year, and even nips in again in 2015 for a short time for the very, very last degrees of Cancer. But it's in a really positive, beneficial angle. So you should be, wherever Saturn goes, we've got to plug away at something, we've got to work hard at something, or rather consistently and regularly at something. And this will be regarding any enterprises that you have going, projects that you've got going, also children, and you being the good protector, parent, teacher, guide, the limit beyond which you make the boundaries, really. But also it can be to do with a love relationship, and again you having to put the hours in there for that, you having to organize, because it won't be so easy, things just don't kind of pan out easily, but it just needs more consistent persevering attention from you. And also it can be as I say, a project and some kind of enterprise that you're building. It loves to build, Saturn. She loves to build. So if you're building something, then with Saturn going through this area here, so you're building up something, you can literally be building something, anything from a garden to, a little shelf with herbs on it, to a whole house. I mean, so or indeed a business or an idea, a project in that sort of way. And just, you've got to be consistent, you've got to be careful, you've got to be persevering in any of those sorts of areas. And until July, Mars is transiting the root of your chart, so maybe you're building up things at home, because this is where all of your kind of real physical effort is going to be wanting to go, in and around HQ, or it might be in and around the family, something to do with the family. Maybe there's a new arrival. It can be either or. It can be both. I mean, it can be either or both. And physical effort is needed there, and related to HQ, the family, a space, a neighborhood, a community, a point on the map, and property inside, outside. That could create hustle and bustle around you. Maybe it's not a lot to do with you. Maybe it's the neighbors making the hustle and the bustle and the noise and the whatevers. But as always with Mars, there could be moments of tension which surface every now and again, and skeletons could start rattling in the closet as well. So the tension and the dancing skeletons, well, that's your call, you know. Mars is always hasty and hot-headed. So once you are aware that it's the Mars energy that's more likely to make you more kind of reactionary and emotional about things, then you know what to do about it if you are going to do anything about it. You could be putting your energies into something which connects you more with tradition, history, ancestry, the earth herself, Mother Nature, the earth spirits, the nature spirits, you know, the secrets that Mother Earth holds within her, the beings that live here that are just, you know, just because they're out of sight does not mean to say that they're out of mind, and so on and so forth. And of course you've got Jupiter in your sign, lucky you, and that is, you know, Jupiter's going to be there until July, and so you've still got time for this, really spreading your wings into new areas, getting outside your comfort zone, trying something really, really new and fresh, and things could be taking off in, you know, a new direction. Of course, you might have to separate the wheat from the chaff and decide what you do want, or rather what you don't want, which helps you to know what you do want. And then also you're likely to be on quite a learning curve through any projects, but also through travel, through connecting with people from a distance, and just avoid trusting to luck or overlooking important details. That's all I'd say about that one there. And that's it for May. If you know your rising sign and your moon sign, listen to the forecast for those. They'll sort of add to or subtract from what I've said here, just to get the picture that you need, that makes sense to you. And also, if this is all written up on my website, so if you want to know more about which dates of birth in your sign are getting certain transits, then I've left those for you to find on my website, and I'll see you the next time.